Y'all, Trucker D works for Night Swift, Swift Night, Swifty Swift. Yeah, I do. What's the point of this video? This post right here, right there. And I mean, it's not the first time I've seen a post like this on Facebook. And, there's drivers, they even make jokes like, oh, what's it like working for Swift? Or, oh, you work for Swift. And when they say that, I say, yeah, I do. And your point is what? A lot of drivers, they do it for a reaction, and I don't give them the reaction that they're looking for. Now, those are all that look at the internet. It's no secret that Swifty Swift, they're on the internet a lot for a lot of negative things. I shouldn't have to say, but for those who don't know, in the ditch, rolling the truck over, hitting things, not swinging wide. You guys know the acronym. Swing wide, it's an effing trailer. Sure wish I finished training. The acronyms go on and on. But one thing about Swift is, and I'm not defending them, but I'm just stating the facts. One thing about them is they're one of the largest trucking companies out there. They're not the biggest, I don't think, but they're one of the largest terminals in almost every state. A lot of different accounts. They got dry-van, they got a reefer, they got flatbed, they have intermodal, and there's probably a whole lot of other divisions accounts that I know nothing of. And every day, they get waves and waves of drivers that come, and they get waves and waves of drivers that leaves. Why is that? Because there's a lot of drivers out there that can look past the ignorance that's online. Swift has tens of thousands of drivers, and not every single driver over there is doing the things that you see on the internet. There's drivers over there that are successful at Swift. I mean, hell, there's a lot of independent contractors running for them, drivers that have their own authority that are messing with Swift. So, I mean, there's something that Swift is doing right over there. And I'm not just defending them just because my LTL company is owned by them. I would say this even if I didn't work for them. But a lot of people that talk about them, they're ignorant. They know nothing about the company itself. Now, I work for AAA Cooper, so I'm speaking on them. Let me just say, I'm not a spokesperson for the company. I'm just a driver, stating my own views and opinions. Now, if you're not familiar with AAA Cooper, we're an LTL carrier. And yes, we got bought out by Night Swift, I think last year or sometime last year. And I made a video on that. And, since I've been there, yeah, I hear the jokes. Friends of mine, they make jokes about it. I pay no mind. Reason being is I have no reason to leave. And I said in that original video, if drastic changes were to come, I would consider leaving. I'm not about to quit a good job just because of who owns it. Like, that's stupid and that's ignorant. Like, you really think I'm going to quit my job just because Knight or Swift owns the company? Like, are you serious? One thing about the company I work at is, we're not the highest paid LTL company. We're not the lowest paid. We're not the best overall. We're not the worst overall. But when it comes down to that pay, they do what they need to do. That paycheck come every week. I haven't had a check bounce. I haven't had to fight for my pay. I haven't had to do all these other things that some of you guys that are probably watching this video have to do. Some of y'all that make jokes about who I work for, I'm making more money than you. Not bragging, but that's just the reality of the situation. Since I've been there, the only thing that's really changed with me personally is the fact that I was running solo and I made the choice to run teams. When it comes to that pay, we are competitive when it comes to the other companies. And like I said, we're not the highest, we're not the lowest. When it comes down to them benefits, we don't have the best, but we don't have the worst. We got a lot of terminals, all over the Southeast, Midwest region. Even when we got bought out, there was still tons of drivers looking to come to this company. I don't know about now because, the way this economy is, we could be on a hiring freeze, not sure. But needless to say, drivers are still coming. So it's not a bad company. So anybody, the message of this video, guys, is have your own mind. Don't pick a company just because of who owns it, because I'm making some good money over here despite who owns it. And since I've been here, since the buyout, I haven't seen any Swift trucks pulling The doubles. I haven't seen any Swift trucks or night trucks doing P&D or line haul. Now I do know the South Atlanta terminal, there are some night trucks on the yard. My SAA drivers, y'all let me know what's that all about. They doing dedicated? I don't know. But like I said, nothing has changed drastically, so I have no reason to leave. And if you're wondering what drastic changes I'm talking about, if I come to work and our pay drops significantly, or if they just decide to get rid of Cooper altogether, drastic changes. But again, I'm not about to just up and quit and go to Old Dominion or Southeastern or wherever just because of who owns it. Do I plan to stay at this company forever? No. My goal, well, that's irrelevant what my goal is. But again, I'm not quitting just because of who owns us. Touch on that last point right there. I looked into all of those companies, all three of those, before I came to Cooper. And one thing about me is, I have a lot of friends that work at various LTL companies on both city and Lighthouse. I be knowing what's going on, even though I'm over at Cooper. I be getting the scoop of what's going on out there. And I do know with Old Dominion and Freight, FedEx Freight, they're currently laying drivers off. With Southeastern, I know tons of people over there. And for the line haul side, I know they're not laying drivers off on either side, but I do know for line haul, they're having to rotate, some of their drivers. That way everybody gets the opportunity to run and get some miles. Here at AAA Cooper, from my knowledge and my understanding, we haven't laid any drivers off over here. Now, every driver doesn't get the chance to run, but no layoffs. And in my situation, I'm still running every night, so it's working for me.